Good morning, I'm Kiran Raj. Welcome to the online classes on LAMP technology. Today we'll be discussing about installing Apache 2.0 Part 3. Virtual host. Virtual host is a directive that is present in httpd-conf configuration file, which is used to set the values to the server name, document root, error log, transfer log, or the custom log. So they are mainly used to set the values to the different variables that is required for the server. It is not restricted that one website should be hosted in one computer. You can host multiple websites of different hostname in the same computer or the single computer. When you are hosting different websites or the multiple websites with the different name on one single computer, the host name, that is each host name, is called as virtual host. So each host name that is served from the single computer that hosts them all. So let us say that I have one single server is there. On the single server I have 5 different websites are there with the different host name. So when I say about that 5 different websites with different host name, all 5 websites or all 5 hosts are virtual host. So how to do the virtual hosting? We can do the virtual hosting in 2 ways. One is IP based virtual hosting and name based virtual hosting. When you are speaking about IP based virtual hosting, use IP address to connection to determine the correct virtual host. So you are going to use the IP address, and unique IP address is required for each host. So you are going to require unique IP address. Now name based virtual host. While coming to the name based virtual host, Apache Web Server relies on client to deliver the host name as the part of HTTP header. So here every host is having their own host name will be there, and server relies on the client to send him the correct host name. So many different virtual hosts can share the same IP address. So while coming to here, you are going to have the same IP for 5 websites also, or for the 5 hosts also, but the name that is provided is different. Now what was the requirement or what was the need of the virtual host? As I already mentioned, you can have the one server for one website or for one host, but in all the cases for every companies that is not feasible, because the server maintenance and space will cost money. So usually one server space is shared with many companies or from the many websites. So we require the virtual host. So we have two types, IP based virtual host and name based virtual host. IP based virtual host, you are going to have the unique IP. Name based virtual host, you are going to have the unique name. Apache can be configured to support the multiple virtual hosts, and it will be in two manner, that is using the separate HTTPD daemon and the single HTTPD daemon. So when you are going to use the separate HTTPD daemon for each host name, for every host or for every daemon process, you are going to require the separate installation of the Apache should be required. And for the separate installation of the Apache, you are going to use the listen directive in httpd conf configuration file to select which IP address or which virtual host that daemon process serves. So you are going to use the listen directive so that you can know that which Apache installation belongs to which daemon process by using the IP address or by using the virtual host. Now running the single HTTP daemon that supports every virtual host. So here single daemon HTTP daemon is going to support every virtual host. So you are going to require only single installation of Apache. And it is going to service the main server also and all the virtual host also. So separate HTTP daemon and single HTTP daemon. Single HTTP daemon, it is going to service everyone. While coming to separate HTTP daemon, it is going to service the particular host or the particular IP address only. IP based virtual host, each of different websites lie on single Linux server configured to use the multiple interfaces with independent hostname and the IP addresses. Now let us consider the example of the campus. When you are saying about campus, I have different departments are there, and different departments have their own requirement and they have their own projects and they require their own interface. For example, if I am saying BCA department, then BCA department have their own requirement, and next coming to the BSc department, they have their own requirement and they have their own interfaces. So you need to require the multiple interfaces. Multiple interfaces means more than one interfaces, right? On the Ethernet card that connects the Linux server to the network. By default, ETH0, that is the existing interface. Now let us say that you want to add the new interface. That time what you have to do? You have to use the directive called as, directive or command called as ifconfig. You have to use the directive called as ifconfig, that is if is interface configuration. So how to do that? /sbin /ifconfig. Afterwards, your existing interface, that is ETH0 colon then 1 represent first interface that I am going to add. Okay, then your IP address. Now let us say that you are going to add another one, then ETH0 colon 2, then the IP address. Okay, afterwards you have to add the root to the new interface. So I am going to add the root, that is sbin. Instead of ifconfig, I have the root add -host, then the IP address device ETH0 colon 1, that is 1 represent first interface. Okay, the chosen IP address, that is 192.168.0.200, it should be reserved IP, and that should not be dynamically allocated by any DHCP server. Okay, so it should be unique and it should be reserved also. Afterwards, you are going to ping the new IP address as any other address on the network. IP address, IP based virtual hosting. First thing, you have to have the multiple interfaces. So you are going to create the IP and then you are going to add that into the new interface. Afterwards, you are going to ping that into the network. Okay, afterwards you have to edit the name server files to give the interface suitable name. So because you have to give the name also for the server, so I'm going to give the name. If Linux box is also running, DNS service manager or configure, you can configure it from the DNS service also. Now afterwards, after editing the name server, you have to change to the directory var slash named. So you are going to use the ASCII editor. So edit the files, that is called as named.xxx.yyyy.forward. So you have to go to that file, and afterwards you can scroll down to WS200, that is corresponding to that particular IP which you have added. Now replace that WS200 with the name of the interface that you have created, that is new name that you have created. Afterwards you have to restart the named using the command. So you have to restart it, because to make any changes you have to restart that. So hash etc slash rc dot d slash inet dot d slash named restart. So now you have created the name also, and you have added the name in the directory. So now create an entry in the host file for the virtual interface. Now any computer will be able to ping the interface by your name. So afterwards you have to add the name of the interface to the host file, and later on you will be able to access that file. Now you have to create the file and add interface and root automatically at the booting time. So how to do that? You have to create the file. For example, if I'm created the file rc, then I can make it something like rc.virtual in etc slash rc dot d directory, and you have to add two lines. That is, first one is hash not slash bin slash sh, and you have to make that executable. So how to make it executable? X represents executable. So chmod plus x rc.virtual. So edit the file rc.local in the same directory. At the last line of the file you have to add the line etc rc.d rc virtual. This will ensure that rc.virtual is run automatically on the boot up. Add as many virtual domains as required. You can add many domains as per your requirement. So how to set up the correct domain name of the virtual hashtag and specify the document root path where the HTML files are stored for the host, and the correct permissions are required. The root directory should be universally readable. So you are setting the virtual host. This is the document root, so that you can assess where the document beginning will be, and server admin, that is the, so anyone can give the complaint or the feedback or for any improvements, that is a server admin email. IP address virtual host. First you have to set up the multiple interface. You have the ETH0 as the existing interface, so you have to add the new interface using the ifconfig. Afterwards add the root, and when you are adding the IP address, make sure that the chosen IP is not dynamically selected one, and it should be reserved IP. And now you can ping your new IP address so that anyone in the network can access it. After you ping the IP address, then go to the name server and give the name for that particular interface. So if you are having the DNS service, you can give the name from the DNS service also. Afterwards you have to change the directory so that you can come for that directory. So slash var, then what you have given, that is named, right? If you are given any name, then that name will come there. Okay. Afterwards, you have to go to the ASCII editor, and you can move to that file, that is name.xx.yy. Afterwards, you can scroll down to WS200 and replace the WS200 with the IP address that you have mentioned, and you can scroll down to the WS200 of the corresponding IP address, because you can have more different IPs. So you have to move to that particular IP address. Afterwards, replace the WS200 with the name of the interface. Then you can restart it. After restarting, add the host name to the host file for the, so that anyone in the network can ping your device also. Afterwards, create the interfaces and the root automatically at the boot time. How to add it? So you have to add two lines, that is hash not symbol slash bin slash sh, and you have to make the file executable. So how to make it executable? Chmod plus x, then the file name, that is rc.virtual, that is with the, then you have to add the last line also, that is etc slash rc.d rc.virtual, and you can add as many number of the interface that is required for you. Then you have to properly set the permission also. Okay. Name-based virtual host. Name-based virtual host directory specifies single IP address that should be used to target the name-based virtual host. Suppose both sctperproject.com and the sctphpproject.com have the same IP address, then simply how to add it to the httpd-conf. So you have to first write the name virtual host 192.168.0.1. Afterwards, you have to write the IP address virtual host 192.168.0.1, document root, that is where the document is present, and the server name. Afterwards, you have the virtual host closing. So opening of the directory, and I am closing it. Again, I am giving the another project also in the same IP, right? So virtual host, again the same IP, document root where the file is present, and afterwards server name of it. So slash virtual host. Afterwards, these following two entries, that is IP address and their corresponding name, they should be added to the directory, that is etc directory. So I am going to open that and I am going to add them. That is IP address with the name of the server. So I am going to add them. And the only difference between IP based and the name based virtual host is the directive name virtual host. That is the only difference. If you see here, only that is the difference. Name virtual host is not there. The rest of the things are same. Apache modules, code segment that is returned to work with Apache, and they are returned using the Apache API specification. Apache modules can be loaded into Apache Web Server executable, being added using the appropriate instructions when compiling Apache source on Linux. APXS, that is Apache extension tools, allow building and installation of Apache extension modules during the source compile time. Apache modules can be dynamically loaded via Apache HTTPD configuration file known as DSO, that is Dynamic Shared Object Loading. DSO allows extension of features, capability, and Apache by adding specific modules on demand without recompiling Apache's binary executable. Load module directive, it is used to load the DSO, that is dynamic shared object, into the Apache web server named space at startup time. The OS on which the Apache has installed has to support DSO, and Apache HTTPD binary has to be built along with the mod.so module. So Apache module's main importance is it is a code segment that is used to work with the Apache, and they are built using the Apache extension, that is APXS. So it will be written using the Apache's API specifications. So you want to extend your Apache or you want to add some of the new features, then you can use the Apache modules. So it will be very helpful when you want to dynamically shared object is required, but you have to have the directive, that is load module directive should be there, and your Apache or your OS, those should be supportive of the DSO, and they should be also supportive of the mod.so module and the HTTPD binary file. Now this is a sample HTTPD config file for the LAMP framework. So let us say that you have the created, or you want the server called as LAMP. Then what you have to do, you have to create the directory called as LAMP under var.www. Afterwards, you have to have the entries in your HTTPD conf. The first one will be your server name, so it specifies which port 80. Okay, now next virtual host, then the IP address of it, server admin, so that others can send the feedback or complaints or anything, or contact address, then the document root, so where your LAMP file is present, server name, how it should be assessed, then the error log, so it can be used to specify whether the file is existing, if the file is existing, where it is existing, or if any error is occurred, then those information should be kept in that this file, error log file. So that is the end of the virtual host. Then samples of host file for the LAMP framework. The following, this should be added in your host file, that is IP address with the name of the uh, server, or sorry, name of the host. After you make any changes, then you have to restart the Apache. So how to restart it? First you have to stop the Apache 2, then you have to start it again. So that can be done by #user/local/apache2/bin Apache ctr stop, that is Apache control stop. Then while coming to start, Apache ctr start. Thank you.